Next, Your Honor, we have a Ms. Kimberly Kessler.
All right. Mr. Townsend, are you appearing today?
Yes, sir, Judge. Appearing on behalf of Ms. Sopp this morning. You should have received copies of 4 motions to suppress yesterday, courtesy copies of those that were filed.
Yes.
We do anticipate several more motions, probably in excess of 10 more motions to be filed, but we would like to go ahead and get these set for hearing.
Sure. It's probably not a bad idea.
Are we on mute anyway, so I can say whatever the fuck I want?
We're not on mute.
Oh, okay.
All right, Mr. Townsend, let's do this if you would. My thought is that perhaps it might be a good idea that you guys do a special set on this by you contacting my office and trying to get
Judge,
a set.
breaking up.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
You were breaking up, Judge. I didn't hear what you were saying.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me? I think it would be better to do a special set on these with your office contacting my office to coordinate. I looked over the motions. They're going to take an hour or so. And instead of trying to do them on a Thursday afternoon, we can find some time. I would ask you to set them sometime in December. It's a good time to do it. Okay.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a pass date just as a control date for December 17th for these cases. But you all are going to be instructed to do a special
Thank you,
set.
Chair, if I can remain here much longer.
We may want to put her on mute while we finish this, Judge.
It's fine.
Let's just put me back on myself.
Ma'am, come back.
I want to get rid of the public defender's office. Yeah, exactly. Jordan Beard is Johnson's nephew. Jordan Beard is Jolie's cousin.
Sergeant, will you just take her back, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
No.
This is another issue. I think the court at some point will have to address. She is in fact competent. She certainly is entitled to represent herself should she choose. So you may need to address that in a Nelson hearing at some point.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
not asking to do that today, though.
Well, I mean, I will take it if there's a clear request for new counsel. She's only asked for, I guess, Jordan Beard to be removed. And we actually had a Nelson hearing the last time we were here. I don't know if you were covering it or not, where we went through and I said, well, what's your basis? And she said the same thing, which was he's related to, I guess, the deputy or director Johnson, which is just factually not true. So it was denied at that time. Okay, and if she wants to represent herself, then that's fine. But she just wanted Jordan Beard off for this reason, which was just factually not true.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is Ms. Sopp had mentioned setting this for trial, and I wanted you all to talk about it to get it, because once I set this, I really do want to hold the trial date. I don't want to continue it. I want to get a realistic date. And if you all had,
well, I would say, Judge, I would ask that we get through all these motion hearings first. Second, Ms. Sopp is unfortunately high risk with regard to the COVID pandemic. Right. She has got several high risk issues for that. So I don't anticipate she would want to have this tried until maybe there's a vaccine that's available. So.
Well, I'm not sure that I can hinge on doing that trial on that, but I certainly understand and can work with you guys. I didn't think this case would really be honestly ready until probably mid to late spring, candidly. Yeah. Just don't see it. And then maybe Ms. Thurston disagrees with that, but I just know that there's a lot to do, and I wasn't sure where you guys were in the process, because between COVID and issues that you all had to flesh out with competency, there's probably still a lot to do.
Yes, sir.
So is that an accurate statement on my part?
It is. I would not ask it to be set for trial at this time, at least until we work through most of the motions.
Yeah, well, here's,
We anticipate several more to be filed.
that's fine. And so you guys set these 4 motions. Like I said, I read over them and I think it'll be you probably need 2 hours to do it. And we've got time in December. So let's do that. Let's take advantage of that.
Yes, sir.
Here's a date you might want to think about and discuss amongst yourselves, okay? There's May 17th is our May trial week. June 14th is our June trial week, okay? And I would think those would be probably the most likely earliest dates to set this case for a trial. And again, you don't have to give me an answer, but I want to get it out on the table because I want to start getting this set. My hope is by May or June that we'll be back to doing a little bit more in-person hearings at that point, and we won't have, with the jury selection, we won't have to do as much social spacing and, having, the jury box sealed off with plexiglass and all that. But either way, think about those 2 dates, okay?
Yes, sir. We will do
Yes,
that.
sir. The state has one request, and that is the idea of a special set sounds good, but we received the 4 motions yesterday afternoon, and Mr. Townsend is saying there's about 10 more to come. And if there is duplicative as the issue that's in the 4 that was filed, I would prefer to handle them all at once instead of piecemeal. So if we could get a realistic time on when the other 10 are going to be filed.
Let me say this, even if they file, as you term, duplicative motions, I'm not sure I want to hear 10 motions at one time. And the other thing, if they really are duplicative, probably going to be a pretty short hearing. So, I think we can go ahead with the 4 motions. I mean, there's some substantive issues. There's one on the cell site tower, which candidly is a motion I'm seeing in other cases, which, isn't going to take that long, but some of the other issues, we can certainly start addressing. All right.
Yes, sir.
So anything else on your end, Mr. Townsend?
No, sir, Judge. Thank you.
How about Ms. Thurston? Anything on your end?
I just want to update the court that I think it was the last time we were in court, Ms. Sopp was claiming that she didn't have some search warrants that she needed. She has located those. And I believe based on the most recent communications that they have everything
Okay.
at this
All right.
point.
Well, I appreciate both sides working. I mean, it's a lot of documents, and sometimes it's hard to track them all down. So I appreciate that. So right now, 12/17 is the date, and for just the pre-trial. But you guys call my office or email, work with Jenny to set the motions for hearing. And again, I really want to start hearing those in December. It's a good time to do it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Judge. We will. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank